going with the theory of we're going to do as much as we can, spend the least amount of money as possible. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this thing up and we're going to make what we want. Cut off. She's off the back, and where we're sitting, hello and welcome back to Uncle Buck's Garage. Today we're going to start part 1 of 2, and we're going to take that old crappy ugly bumper that I hate that's on the back of that C10, and we're going to cut it in pieces and we're going to build out of it what we want. And I'm going to show you how. So stay tuned, stick around to the end, and then catch number 2 next Saturday. So let's do it. This is what we're starting with. I really don't like this bumper. So, but going with the theory of we're going to do as much as we can, spend the least amount of money as possible. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this thing up and we're going to make what we want, okay? So my first plan, and of what I found since we pulled the bed, is that since we pulled the bed, those aren't bolted on, those are welded on. So we got welds there we got to cut, we got welds back there we got to cut, we got welds and a plate that I got to grind out to get out of there to get this thing off. And we got holes there we got to drill on both sides. We got drill. I'm going to drill holes so I can bolt it up instead of welding it up to make it right. And this is a homemader. This has just been welded on there, and she needs a lot of love. But this is what the plan is. I originally thought that I would just cut it, take a section out of it, weld that part into the end, but I hate it. I hate this thing. I hate this. I don't like this. So what I decided to do instead of cutting the ends is we're going to cut this section out. Guys, if you're here, if you're watching, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get told when I put a new one down. I'm going to try to put one out every Saturday morning. Hit that like button. Smash that like button down there right now as you're watching. Hit that like button because that helps send this out to more people. Have a great day. And put them together in the center. The way it's shaped, this is all the material I got to remove, or else this is going to be shorter than the box itself. So it was either cut the ends off and section it, or just cut the center section out of it and just make one weld instead of 8 or 9, and then moving the mounting tabs into the correct place. So this is the numbers that we had. And don't feel bad about writing stuff like this down, because we're going to clean this and paint this and buff on this and everything, and these will go away. So actually the bumper is 73 inches wide. I need 56 inches to match the width of the bed itself, because it's a step side. And the spacing for the frame between here is 34 inches. So 34 inches is 17. It ends up being, those bars are going to end up about right here on both sides. And I'll have enough material with this big section I'm going to cut out to be able to patch that and make that look good. And we're going to leave this like it is, both sides like it is. I kind of like I might do a little rounding here, but we'll put a section in that because that was cut out. But this bumper is about a 1/4 inch thick. It's Hoss. And this plate goes all the way back to back here. So that's a big chunk I'm going to take out weight wise. It won't hurt the strength because of the thickness of the bumper itself. So that's what the plan is. We're going to make 2 cuts, 1 weld in the center. That way I can cover it up pretty good. Do it. Now you might ask, what am I going to use to cut this bumper with? You know, cut off wheel, plasma cutter. Well, sorry, I ain't got plasma cutter, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Plug in, DeWalt, heavy duty. This has been my baby for 15 years, and she's never let me down with a steel cutoff blade. I got a couple extras just in case. Let's go to work. Hey, this is the times when you wish you really had a torch, but we got it cut on the line on the top and kind of off the line a little bit down here, which is fine because we're going to be grinding on that, straighten that up. On the line all the way on the top, nice and straight, a little bit off the line on the bottom. Now, word of warning, welds are stronger than cast steel, okay? They're much stronger, so I'm going to have to grind those to bust that loose, and grind those to bust that loose to get that plate off the bottom of that once we get it apart. The hitch is going to be a pain, and then we still have to get inside here to bust those loose and bust the welds loose on that one to get this off. So a lot more work still involved, but I got the two main things, that cut and that cut, nice and straight on the top so we can match it good. So we're on our way. 3 hours later, and a lot of that Sawzall and 3 blades, we ended up with what we wanted. Here's our piece. Now I know, we're going to fix that. And we ended up 56 inches from end to end, exactly the measurement we wanted, and enough gap to make a nice weld, make it strong as hell. And this is the chunk in the center, and it was welded there, and it was welded there, and it was welded underneath. But this is the piece I was more interested in right here, because if you look at this, this is an old farm bumper, okay, which means this top diamond plate is 1/16 of an inch thick, and that's 3/16 to 1/4 inch thick. So it was designed to take the hit and just look pretty on top. But this is a piece that I wanted to fill in those pieces on the top over there and there. And so we'll flip this over. So this is what she looks like upside down, and this is what was welded onto the frame. As you can tell, it wasn't a very good job. It was just kind of like tacked on there, and welded to the original bumper brackets. And then we'll drill holes and bolt it to the frame instead of gobbledygook it all up, because that was welded on the crossbar back there. This was just all welded and hodgepodge together. This is after the fact, I think, somehow. I know this plate is not factory, I don't think, but yeah, she was just cobbled in there. But we're going to use the pieces, and we're going to get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grind both of those plates off so we can make them pretty and straight again and get to working. Okay, I basically got her cut off. She's off the back, and where we're sitting, I have her auto parts. Okay, I have her wedged up. I've got her straight this way, and I got her straight this way. And that's all that matters right now, is getting this first couple of tacks in to get it set and locked in, so that I have this surface is good and this surface is good, because that's the parts that's going to show, is the back side of this bumper and the top of this bumper. And actually the diamond plate, unless you're really looking for it, it's not going to be that far off. But anyway, so this is the first step. So I have it set up. I'm going to tack this together and lock it in, make sure she stays where she's supposed to be. Put a couple of good size welds in this to hold it in place, flip it over, do the back side, and we're going to work from there.